Okay, so now, while I was sitting, I was thinking कि speaking एक ऐसा topic है जहाँ पे majority लोग problem face करते हैं IELTS speaking में. And I'm sure सबको होती होगी जो भी वीडियो सुन रहे हैं सबको कहीं ना कहीं हिच हो जाता है कि speaking start कैसे करें end कैसे करें. And this is one question that a lot of my students ask as well. Because एक typical cliche start क्या होता है, कोई भी topic है वो pick up 2-3 lines of that topic and give the introduction. Now, if you think giving that introduction, which is very basic, will give you a good band, no way, भूल जाओ. फिर वो हम stuck हो जाते हैं 6.5 band पे बस इससे ज़्यादा आगे बढ़ते नहीं हैं. The second is we say we have ample of things, plethora of things, we have plethora of friends. Now, plethora is a word which is so common कि वो एक टाइम पे लगता था हाँ बहुत अच्छा vocabulary word है, but now it is a very basic word. Because almost everyone is using it. Third thing I feel जो लोग मिस करते हैं वो है contractions. So मैं भी वीडियो में explain करता हूँ. So hi guys, welcome to my channel IELTS with Chetan. Now today I'm talking about some really interesting things which will certainly enhance your score in terms of speaking. Now first thing is, let's start your topic of part 2 with something which is very different. For example, try to take a keyword from your question. Let's say the question is talk about an old person you know. Now here the main thing is old person. You have to talk about an old person. Now how would you define an old person? You can say one is with the old people, if they're around you, you feel very blessed as they keep on teaching you something or the other every day. Or you can also say that having old people around you is certainly a blessing. And I feel blessed to have my grandparents around me who teach me everything I have learned so far or have taught me. Now let's say the topic is talk about a traditional object. Here you can say that and this is one topic जहाँ पे लोगों को बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम आती है कि बोले क्या. Starting to खासकर. So what you can say here, that India being such a diverse country, believe me, there are so many cultures, so many religions, that every mile you cross, a kilometer you cross, and you get something different to see. A different culture altogether, which probably you have never seen, never observed as well. And picking up one thing is kind of a little daunting for me. Now daunting when I say इसका मतलब होता है difficult, so you can use that. So, but still, I talked about one thing which is I feel famous across India is the ethnicity of Indian women, sari. You can start like this. You can take any product. For example, you can take earrings. Maybe you can talk about lampshade if lampshades are famous in your area. So you can either talk about country, you can talk about something which is related to your area as well. Now next thing is हम और क्या क्या कर सकते हैं ओपनिंग में. हम ऐसे स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, और हम बोल सकते हैं फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग, प्रैग्मेटिकली स्पीकिंग. प्रैग्मेटिकली स्पीकिंग मतलब होता है प्रैक्टिकली स्पीकिंग. सो प्रैक्टिकली स्पीकिंग आई डोंट थिंक there's anyone I hate the most. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अब लेट्स से द टॉपिक इज, अब एक क्वेश्चन आता है that talk about a person who is very creative. Creativity is a topic which is very wide and you can talk a lot about it. अभी इसमें हम कैसे बोल सकते हैं? So creativity में keyword हो गया creative. इसमें you can say that I feel that beauty, or you can say creativity, is something which is very judgmental and it lies in the eyes of the beholder. How you perceive things is completely a thing which is of your understanding. Or you can say that when we talk about the word creativity, it actually mesmerizes me a lot. Why? I'll tell you. When we see things around, I feel that there's no person in the world who's extremely creative than God. As He has created so many things. You look at plants, you look at birds, you look at different sources of water. And everything, you'll find something or the other which is very different, which is very unique. And this is what we call as creativity. Now coming back to the human part, I feel that, with human beings also, there are many people who are different in their own ways. The person I am talking about today, he has a completely different mindset of looking at things. He does things in a very different way. So you can start like this. Or you can also say, for example, the topic is, let's say the topic is that describe an English lesson. Now this is the first topic of Makar IELTS Speaking, which is the latest one. Describe an English lesson you learned or English class you attended, you found interesting. Now here most of the people क्या करते हैं, घूम फिर के अपनी IELTS क्लास के बोल देते हैं. अब IELTS क्लास के अलावा भी दुनिया है, वहाँ कुछ तो सीखा होगा बाहर हम लोगों ने. इसमें we can say that so if I talk about learning something from an English class, I'd be very honest, I actually learned a lot of things. But yeah, one thing which I have remembered till now, and I want to remember it as well. There's a story, there was a lesson story which was about tortoise and a rabbit. Now that's a very interesting story. You can start like this. So say something in speaking which the other person is able to connect. अभी बहुत लोग क्या करते हैं, when they start with speaking, let's say टॉपिक उनको कोई इंटरेस्ट का आ जाता है, अब वो बहुत ज़्यादा उसकी टेक्निकलिटी में चले जाते हैं कई बार. We don't have to do that. We have to stick on to the basic, and what we have to try that कुछ टॉपिक ऐसा बोले, ऐसी स्टोरी हो जहाँ से वो बंदा रिलेट कर सके. ऐसा ना हो कि हम कोई साइंस से रिलेटेड टॉपिक आ गए, टॉक अबाउट अ फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट, हम साइंस से रिलेटेड कुछ टॉपिक बोल रहे हैं, हम बहुत डिटेल में चले गए. हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के वी टॉकिंग इन डिटेल एट लेंथ. We shouldn't do that. Talk something which is relatable. Maybe talk about Google Map. Simply say that, I strongly feel that artificial intelligence has grown to a huge extent, and we all use it every day. The biggest example of it is Google Maps. And I can bet on that everyone so far has once at least used Google Maps. And trust me, it is one of the best ways to commute nowadays. If you have to travel to any place which is unknown, you simply type on your thing and you get the location. And that's how you reach. You don't have to ask people around. So now, अब जब हम ये बोलेंगे, the other person is somewhere able to connect with you. Other than this, you can use words like, to be honest, or as I said, practically speaking. You can say, considering the situation, my viewpoint would be this. So ऐसे करके opening start करो. And I can bet you guys, if you try these different things, take the keyword of the question, try to explain that, do not start with same line of the question, else you'll not get the band score. So this is all for today, guys. Thank you so much for your time. You all have a lovely day ahead.